So there comes a time, or 2 times, or 100 times in a young adult's life when something like this happens, and it sucks. It did used to be really hard for me to learn how to cover it up, and with the right colors and textures, you can totally cover it up. But please keep in mind that you cannot cover up texture. You can only cover up color. And by that I mean, if it is a bump, like a zit is usually like a bump and you can like see it, you can't cover up the bump. You can cover up the redness, but you'll still be able to see a bump, but it will be less noticeable. This right now is not really a bump, it's just flat, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just like a scab kind of. It's kind of dry, so I am going to first put on this like healing ointment. I use this on my lips too, but sometimes I use it around my nose, and in this case I'm going to put a little teeny tiny bit on that just so it isn't so dang dry. And I already put a moisturizer on my whole face, and already right now it is not nearly as dry. And make sure that you get a lot of it off, otherwise it's gonna stick to that area kind of weird, and I don't know, it's just gonna be odd. So only put it like on the zit, not like around it. So yeah, it's definitely not as dry now. Oh, and also I did change my hair, if you were wondering. There's like dark brown, black in the bangs and a little bit right here, but that'll be another video probably. So just try to get your hair out of your face because no one likes makeup in their hair. First things first, you always want to put on a primer no matter what kind of foundation routine you're doing. I have a ton of different foundation routines. It just depends on how my skin is that day and what I feel like wearing. If I feel like having a whole bunch of makeup on or just a little bit of makeup on. So that's why I don't usually put up foundation routines, because I have like 5. But if you guys want a specific one, I can do that. Just let me know. But this is my like heavy coverage when I have like one huge one or a lot of little ones. So I don't know which one I would rather have, a lot of little ones or one huge one. Probably a lot of little ones because they're easy to cover up. But this one was under the skin, and I tried to get rid of it and it backfired on me. So it is now a scab, and I haven't had a big thing like this in a long time, but no one has been really able to tell because I am able to cover it up so well. So that is awesome. So I know that this will work. First thing that I'm going to use is the NYX concealer in a jar in the color green. And it's just concealer in a jar, and it's green. So I just take my ring finger, and whenever you're putting on cream products, it's best to store them in a warm area so they're more creamy and easier to blend. So like you can see right now, it looks really creamy and it's not like really hard, and it won't be so tough to like blend into the skin. So I'm just going to put it on that area. I'll zoom in when I'm doing stuff to this, I suppose. And this isn't the only zit that I have, so okay, and then I'm going to put more on all the other little spots that I have. Okay, and then this has nothing to do with the zits, but I do this anyway. This is the e.l.f. All Over Cover Stick in Apricot Beige. I use this for under my eyes. It's just kind of a light yellowy color. So I just put that under my eyes. And then the next thing, the foundations that I use kind of just vary. Sometimes I use the Rimmel Clean Finish, which looks like this. Sometimes I use my Revlon Color Stay Liquid, and sometimes I use my Revlon Color Stay Whipped, and that's what I'm going to be using today. My cap broke. Has that happened to anybody else? Like, it looks like that, and, like, it doesn't, like, twist. Like, you can twist this forever, and it just comes off. So, I don't know what's up with that. It sucks, but, I'm, like, halfway done with it, so it's because I don't use it every day. If I used it every day, I would be totally done with it, which sucks. So, this is what it looks like if you did not know. I am in the color Buff. So, there's that. And I just apply this with my fingers, so there is no brushes needed in this tutorial. So I just start, like, usually on this cheek, and I just kind of blend it out. And I just kind of work my way up and go into circles, and I just kind of bring it down on the neck. And then I go over to this side. And you want to be careful on this area, so I just take a little bit on my finger and kind of just dab it on there. So you don't rub off the green, but this part won't cover it up completely, so we're not done yet. But just make sure you have it blended out and you don't have like a huge like glob on it. Then I'm just going to finish the rest of my face. Next is, this also has nothing to do with the zits, but whatever. This is the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer, and I have mine in Ivory. It just looks like this. It's a little clicky, spinny brush thing. And I just put a little bit under my eyes. And then just blend it out with my ring finger. I always use my ring finger for any kind of small blending because it has the most gentle touch. And our skin is sensitive, so we gotta be gentle with it. Okay, and then the next thing, this is one of the most important parts of covering up a zit, is having a really, really heavy duty full coverage concealer. So this is like probably the best, cheapest one that you can find. It is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. And I have mine in the color Light. I believe they only have 3 colors, but if you want an exact match, you could mix 2 colors, I guess. So I actually just put it on the zit. I know that's probably not the best, but that's just what I do. So I kind of put a lot on that one, just because I want it to be covered. And then I put a little bit on all the other ones that I have that are more noticeable now. And then again, I just take my ring finger and then I just pat it. I don't rub it down, I don't do circular motions, I just pat it. And that's going to keep it in place, and you're going to get the most amount of coverage just by patting. And then if it is a really bad zit, which this one is, otherwise I would not be doing this video, I put more of that green concealer on, just a little tiny bit over that. And then I put the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is the most expensive part. You could probably find a dupe for this, but I just really like this one, and I like the fact that it has a pump, and there's a ton of colors, and it's just what I use. But I am in the color NC15, if you were wondering. It's the lightest color. I'm usually the lightest color in any skin thing, so I just put a little tiny bit on my finger, like the least amount possible, which is really hard to do. Just like that much, which is kind of still a lot, but I just like kind of put it back on the thing so I can use it later. Probably not the best idea, but it works for me. So I just put it on my finger and then again tap it on. And with this you can layer it, so that's really awesome. So I kind of wait for it to dry and then I just keep putting little layers on it. And then just kind of blend the edges of it out. And then you're pretty much just going to wait for that to dry. So, la 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 la. And then we're going to put on our pressed powder. Sometimes I put on this Makeup Forever HD high definition powder, but it's really messy, so I use it mostly like for special occasions and if I'm going to be photographed and stuff. But I'm going to be using this Rimmel London Stay Matte Shine Control Pressed Powder, and it looks like this is the cap, and it comes with a little powder puff thing, which is the only tool that we're going to be using in this video, so easy peasy. And I'm in the color 003 Natural. If they don't have a color that matches you, I believe they do have a transparent one or a translucent, I'm not sure, but yeah, it just looks like this. I hit pan already, so yeah. So we're just going to take this puff and just start kind of pressing it all over our face. And don't forget the under eyes. And then we're going to do that zit last since it's kind of drying right now. And I'm just patting. It might look like I'm rubbing it, but I'm just like doing it like really fast because I usually have to be in a hurry in the mornings. Usually when I'm doing makeup it's in the morning, but this is a weekend, so yeah. And if you have bangs, you don't have to do the makeup under your bangs. That's just silly. But sometimes I do. I don't know. And then we're just going to be gentle with this area. Do the parts around it. And then go on top of it. Okie doke. So, you saw it before. You might be able to see it more because there's like different lights on me than there normally is, and there's probably casting a shadow on it, but I will show you what it looks like now. It is way less noticeable, right? Sometimes if you sit like this all day, which don't do if you have one like right there, try to do it on the other side. But it does wear off a little bit throughout the day, so what I do is I keep this product and this product with me to touch up throughout the day. So I just keep those in my bag, and then if I notice it getting like really red, I will put a little bit of this on my finger, dab it on, and then wait for it to dry, and then take the powder puff and go over it again. And usually I'll only have to do that like once, maybe twice a day, like at school, but usually I don't even have to do it at all. So yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, please, please, please ask, and I will get to you as soon as possible. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!